Tank Beast. How a Navy weapon turned a tank into an apocalypse machine. Hey folks, if you love epic story about military tech, hit the subscribe button and drop your 2 in the comments. That I'm diving into an insane tale about a tank that's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Russian Marines slapped a naval weapon called the Storm 2 onto a legendary tank, creating a beast that's ready to dominate land and sea. When a tank becomes a monster. A tank, one of those massive war machines, what can rule over anything, tearing through the battlefield. Its armor gleams and tracks tear up the dirt, and on top is not a regular cannon. Nope, it's a naval bomb launcher called the Storm 2. This isn't some Hollywood blockbuster, it's real, built by Russian Marines and engineers. This monster combines the raw power of a tank with a weapon designed for ships and changing the game. How did this happen? And what makes this tank so special? Let's break down and find out why this creation is turning heads. So what's exactly in the Storm 2? It's simple terms. It's a naval weapon that fire depth changers, big explosive designed to take out marine torpedoes and underwater mine. Imagines a gun with 12 barrels that can blast bombs weighing over 100 pounds to 3 miles away. Hidden target as deep as 1,476 feet underwater. This system was first cooked up back in the Soviet Union in 1961, led by an engineer named Mostalegin. It was a game changer for naval defense back then, and it's been upgraded a ton since. The Storm 2 version can even take on modern underwater drones and amphibious boats, unmanned boats, which are a big deal in today's wars. Here the kicker: this weapon was made for ships, but someone had the wild idea to stick it on the tank. It's like putting a rocket launcher and a pickup truck. Crazy, but it works. Let's dig into the details of the beast. To get why the Storm 2 is such a big deal, let's look at what I can do. 12 barrels. Think of 12 gun shotgun fire at once. Weight about 3.5 tons, like strapping a small car to the tank. Size roughly 6.5 feet long, 7.5 feet wide, and 5.5 feet tall. It's a chunky piece of gear. It can fire bomb up to 0.7 miles with one type of bomb and 3.2 miles with another. Bomb weight. Each bomb is around 250 pounds, heavy enough to make a serious splash. The bombs fly at about 984 feet per second. That's faster than a race car. It can hit target 1,476 feet underwater, deeper than some skyscraper and tall. Here's the coolest part: it's almost fully automatic. Underneath the launcher, the storage compartment for the bombs. A special mechanism acts like an elevator, loading the bombs into the barrels without soldier having to climb up and do it manually. Once all 12 barrels are loaded, the system locks out into target, fires and reloads on its own. It's like something out of the video game: minimal human effort, maximum destruction. Now here where things get really interesting. How do you take a weapon design for ships and put on the tanks? It all comes down to clever idea by Russian Marines. Imagine you test it with the defending a coastline, say, the shores of Black Sea. The enemy is sending underwater drones, unmanned boats, and mines to mess with your defense. Regular tanks can't do much against underwater threats, and ships can't always get close enough to swallow water. So, some genius too. Why not put the Storm 2 on the tank? They took a Storm 2 and mounted it on the chassis of the tank called T-80, as well as other vehicles like the T-72 heavy-duty trucks and tracker carrier. The result? A machine that looked like a rollout in a post-apocalyptic movie. It's a tank that can roll the land back and naval punch, blasting threat in the water from the shore. It's mobile, tall, and downright terrifying. So why go to the elder trouble? The answer lies in how war fought today. Back in the day, tanks fought tanks and ships fought ships, but now threats come from everywhere: air, land, sea, and even underwater. Drones both in the air and underwater are changing the game. To keep up, you need weapon that can do it all. By putting the Storm 2 on the tank, the Russians create a machine that can protect coastline from underwater drone and submarine, clear our mines in the shallow water, support group troops if the enemy tries to land on the shores, operate in place where ship can't go, like Rocky or Swallow Coast. It's like giving a soldier a multi-tool that can cut, screw and hammer all at once. This tank is versatile, mobility and ready for action. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about why this kind of innovation matter beyond the battlefield. Building a tank like this isn't just about blowing stuff up, it's about money, jobs and global power. Russian defense industry is a huge part of its economy. According to a report from places like Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, Russia spends billions every year on military tech. Around $84 billion in 2023 alone. That's a lot of cash and keeps factory running and people employed. Here why a project like the Storm 2 tank is smart economically. Saving cash. Instead of building a brand new machine from scratch, they're using exciting tank platform like the T-80 and T-72. It's like upgrading your old car instead of buying new one. Telling abroad. Russia is one of the world's top arms exporters, selling weapons to countries like India, China, and Algeria. A unique system like this called catches the eye of nation with long coastlines, boosting Russia arms sales, keeping factory busy. A project like this create job and places like Uralvagonzavod, the factory that makes T-72 and T-8 tanks. That's good for worker and local economy. On the global stage, this tank it's a response to new threats. Take the Black Sea, for example. Since Russia reclaimed Crimea in 2014, that area has been a hotspot. NATO has been increasing its presence, and countries like Ukraine have used underwater drones to attack Russian ships. One source reports say Ukraine launched dozens of unmanned boats and drones in 2022 through 2024. Traditional defense aerial ways enough to stop this attack. That's where the Storm 2 tank comes in. It can roll up to the shore, take arm, the blast threat out of the water without needing a ship. It's fast, flexible, and perfect for protecting key spots like ports, military bases, or even civilian infrastructure. Let me get real with you for a minute. When I first heard about the tank with a naval weapon, I thought it sounded like something straight out on sci-fi flicks. It's wild, it's bold, and honestly pretty awesome. But does it have what it takes to change a battlefield? On one hand, the thing's a beast. It's perfect for coastal defense where you need to stop underwater threat without relying on ships. The automation makes it easy to use, and the tank mobility means it can get to where the action is. Plus, it looks scary as heck, which a psychological win. Nobody wants to mess with a tank that can fire naval bombs. On the other hand, there are challenges. This isn't a one-size-fits-all weapon. It's great for coastline, but less useful deep inland. It's also complicated to maintain. Tanks and naval weapons require different skill, and combining them means training crew to handle boss. And let not forget cost. Even if it's cheaper than building a new machine, it's still pricey project. But here, what I think that tank and the scene on where warfare and headed is headed. It's about breaking the mold, trying new things, and building machines that can help multiply threats. If it works as planned, could inspire a whole new wave of hybrid weapons. So could this tank change the game in modern warfare? I'd say got potential, but is not a magic bullet. Here the breakdown. The pros. 1. Versatility. It's a bridge the gap between land and sea, tracking threats that other weapon can't. Mobility. Unlike a ship, it can move fast and go where the fight is. Intimidation factor. Just imagine seeing this thing roll up. It's like a tank and battleship hand baby. The cons. Niche use. It's perfect for cost, but not much else. Logistics. The bombs is uses aren't standard ammo, so supplying it's called be hassle. Price tag. Even with the cost-saving measure, this isn't cheap, especially with economic pressure like sanction. Overall, I think this tank could make a big impact in the right situation. It's not going to replace every tank or ship, but for defending coastline and fencing or drones, it's a serious contender. A quick history lesson. Tank through time. To really appreciate this tank, let's take a quick trip through history. Tank first showed up in World War One. Clunky machine that broke down constantly but changed how wars were fought. Over the decades, they evolved into the sleek, powerful beast we know today. The T-80, one of the tanks used for this project, is a legend in its own right. Built in 1917, it was the first tank with a gas turbine engine, making it crazy fast for its size. It's been a staple of Russian army ever since, but even legends need upgrades, and that's where the Storm 2 come in. Tanks have always adapted to new challenge. In World War II, they added anti-aircraft gun to fend off planes. In Afghanistan, Soviet tanks go extra armor to stop rocket launching. Now with the Storm 2, the T-80 is ready for a new era hybrid warfare. Let's dream big for a second. If this tank proof itself that come next. Here are a few ideas. One, a drone integration. Imagine this tank launched drones to scout the battlefield and blasting targets with pinpoint accurately. A more hybrid platform. Why stop a tank? We could see this weapon on other vehicles like armored carrier or even robotic platforms and global sales. If it's a hit country with a long coastlines like India, Brazil, or Australia, or then China might win their own. The biggest takeaway is that think tanks showed what is possible. when engineers think outside the box. It reminded that innovation doesn't stop and the future of warfare is going to be wild. So, what the deal with his tank? It's a beast that combines the best of land and sea, a machine that looks like a cold start in a blockbuster, but it's very real. It's a symbol of how military tech and evolving to meet new threats from underwater drones and coast attack. It's not perfect, but it's bold step into the future, while will they change the balance of power. Maybe if used right, it's a tail made for defending coast and the call give any enemy a serious headache, but it needs more testing, more tweaks, and probably bigger budget go to mainstream. What do you think? It's this tank the next big thing or just a cool experiment? Drop it through in the comment and love to hear what do you thinking. And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome story about military tech that blow your mind. Thank you so much and bye bye.